Hello students, I hope you all are doing good. I am Hombini and I will be taking English for class 2. Today's topic will be on English chapter 6, that is Hurt No Living Things. Hurt No Living Things, this is a poem, and today we will be learning on why we should love all the living organisms. Okay, so after reading this poem, we will be learning how to recite the poem correctly. We will also learn how to name the living creatures properly. And we will also learn to appreciate the living beings, that is, appreciate life. Okay? So, before we go into the explanation, shall we all recite the poem? I want you students to all read along with me. Okay? We will start from first line. The first line is, hurt no living things, ladybird, nor butterfly, nor moth with dusty wing, nor cricket chirping cheerily, nor grasshopper so light of lip, nor dancing gnat, nor beetle fat, nor harmless worms that creep. Alright students, can we all recite the poem once more so that it will help us to speak, to pronounce, in order to pronounce the word properly? Shall we all read once more? Hurt no living things, ladybird, nor butterfly, nor moth with dusty wing, nor cricket chirping cheerily, nor grasshopper so light of lip, nor dancing gnat, nor beetle fat, nor harmless worms that creep. Okay, firstly, this poem was written by Christiana Rossetti. The person who wrote this poem is Christiana Rossetti. Okay, so we will go into the explanation. Okay, before we start, after reading the poem, what did you understand? We have the poem have told us that do not hurt any living things, right? The poem has told us not to hurt any living things. So what are those living things? If I ask you what are the living things, can you name anything what living things are? Okay, living things are those that lives. They are also known as animate things. That means anything that have life, just like us. I can move and you can move, right? We all can move. That means we are living things. What about the butterfly? They fly, right? They can fly around. And the birds, they also fly. The dogs, the cats, they also walk around, right? Because they have life. So those are known as living things, okay? Now we will go into the explanation line by line. The first line of the poem is, hurt no living things, not even ladybird or butterfly. Ladybird nor butterfly. Can you see the beautiful butterfly over here? They also move around, right? They also move from one flower to another. That means they move around because they have life, right? If they don't have life, they will not be moving around. So do not hurt the butterfly. And also the ladybird. This is a ladybird. And the writer of the poem tells us not to hurt the ladybird. Why? Because they also have life. Just like us human beings, they also have life, right? That is why the writer of the poem tells us not to hurt the butterfly and also the ladybird. Okay, ladybird is also known as ladybug. Okay. Now the next line, nor moth with dusty wings. That means not even moth. Do not hurt the moth even if they have dusty wings. See, here is a picture of a moth. Can you see the little fur? The little fur, it is like a dust, right? they have a kind of dust on their feathers. If you touch a moth, you can feel small particles just like sand, right? They are dusty. They look dusty, but what the writer is telling us is do not hurt the moth even if they have dusty wings. Why? Because they have life. They have life like human beings, right? That is why do not hurt any living beings. Now, nor cricket chirping cheerily. What is a cricket? Cricket is an insect, right? Here I have given a picture of a cricket. I hope you all have seen a cricket, right? So, the cricket, they are chirping cheerily. See, they are happily jumping from one place to another. They are jumping from one leaves to another leaves. They are also living, right? They are living just like us. They also have life. That is why the writer is telling us not to hurt the cricket also. And the meaning of chirping is a sharp sound that a cricket make. Chirping is a sound that a cricket make, okay? Just like we speak, we speak using our voice, right? Just like that, the cricket, they also have a sound, and their sound is known as chirping, okay? And cheerily means happily. Cheerily means happily, very joyful, happily. See, they're living happily, cheerfully, and so why should we harm them, right? They need to also be loved, okay? Now, nor grasshopper so light of lip. Lip means to jump. And grasshopper, they are very thin, right? Here I have given a picture of a grasshopper. See, they're small. They're smaller than us, right? We are not, grasshopper are not bigger than us, right? So when they leap, that means when they jump softly, right? Light of leap means jump softly. So the grasshopper that are jumping softly, that grasshopper, do not hurt them. The writer is telling us not to hurt the grasshopper as well, okay? Now, nor dancing gnat, nor beetle fat, nor harmless worms that creep. See, gnat is a small insect. Here is a picture of a gnat. They are the small insects like mosquitoes, flies, and all the small flies. They are known as gnat. And worms. See, there are many varieties of worms. I've given some pictures over here. Can you all see the earthworm? See, there are many worms, right? The writer is telling us not even to harm this also, not even to harm the worms and the gnat also, because they are living, they are also living, they have life, right? And if we kill them, we are destroying life, right? So the writer is telling us to love every living being, okay? Gnat means a small insect, and creep means to move slowly, because worms, they creep, right? Worms, they don't walk fast, they creep slowly, right? They walk slowly. So that is it, okay? The meaning of creep. Okay, now students, we have read together the poem. We have also heard the explanation, right? And now, can you all tell me what did you learn from the poem? What did the poem teach us? The poem has taught us not to harm or injure life, right? The writer of the poem has told us through the poem not to hurt or kill any living beings, right? But instead to love and care for all living things, because living things makes the world beautiful. See, living things, they make the world lively, right? Without life, everything will be so stagnant. No one will be moving around, and it will be very boring, right? That is why the writer is telling us not to harm life, so that the world will become more lively, more happy for us to live, okay? Now, I have given some names of living things. Here are those. Shall we all read together? Ladybird, Can we spell the ladybird together? L-A-D-Y-B-I-R-D. Bird, ladybird. Now next, butterfly. B-U-T-T-E-R-F-L-Y. Butterfly. Next, cricket. C-R-I-C-K-E-T. Cricket. Next, grasshopper. G-R-A-S-S-H-O-P-P-E-R. Grasshopper. Next, gnat. G-N-A-T. Gnat. Next, beetle. B-E-E-T-L-E. Beetle. Next, worms. W-O-R-M-S. Worms. So these are just some few living things, living organisms that I have mentioned. You can find out more in, you can look around, you can find many more living things, okay? So you can write down in your notebook and you can show it to your teachers, okay? Now, next is, there are also non-living things that make up our surrounding, right? It is not only the living that we see around us, right? Can you all look around in your classroom? You can see your teacher, you can see your friends and all, right? They are all living things. But what else can you see? You can see more than that, right? You can see the pencil, the books, the blackboard, the chalk. What are they called? They are called non-living things, okay? So here I've given some pictures. Let's try to find out what they are, okay? Some are living things, whereas some are non-living things. So we will try to find out which are what, okay? Here is a picture of a bird. The first picture, can you see this? This is a picture of a bird. Is this living or non-living? The bird can move, right? So it is living. Now next is ball. B-A-L-L, ball. We all play with ball, right? But unless and until you make the ball move, it cannot move by itself, right? So it is non-living because it cannot move by itself. Now next is pen. P-E-N, pen. Can you just keep the pen and tell it to write by itself? No, right? The pen cannot do that by itself. We human need to pick up the pen and write, right? So, pen, it is non-living things. Now, B, B-double-E, B. Bee, it flies around by itself, right? We don't need to carry the bee and let it fly, right? So, bee is a living thing. Now, next is eraser. E-R-A-S-E-R, eraser. Eraser also, it cannot move by itself, so it is a non-living thing. Now, next is duck. D-U-C-K, duck. Duck, it can swim on the water, right? It moves by itself. So it is a living thing. Now next is stool. S-T-U-L-L, stool. We all have stool at home, right? But can the stool move around by itself? No, I don't think so. So this will be non-living things. Now next is horse. H-O-R-S-E, horse. Horse, it can run very fast, right? Without the help of human beings also. It can move by itself, right? So, horse is a living being. Now, next is stone. S-T-O-N-E, stone. Stone, it cannot move, we all know that. So, it is a non-living thing. Now, next is cat. C-A-T, cat. So, cat, it can move around by itself, right? Cat moves without the help of human beings. It runs around in the kitchen. So it is called, yes, a living being, okay? Here I have differentiated between living things and non-living things. Okay, so you can all see, I will give you some time to look at the pictures and identify which is the living things and which are the non-living things. Okay, the first column, living thing. Can you see here a boy reading a book, and here is a flower, here is butterfly, here is a dog, here is a tree, here is a small plant. They all have life, right? So these are all known as living things. Living things are also known as animate object. Okay, something that have life. Now next is non-living things. See here, you can see the pictures, right? Can the sweater move, the pen holder? You can all see these things, right? But they do not have life. These things do not have life like the butterfly, right? So they are known as non-living things, okay? Now there are also animals under the water. What we have seen is are those dead animals which we can see outside the water. Now there are also animals are inside the sea, inside the ocean. They live under the water. So these are also they are also known as living animals, okay? But they live under the water. They are crab, seahorse, glowfish because they give light, turtle, prawns, starfish, dolphin, squid, penguin, sea urchin, snail, octopus, shark. See, there are many things that lives inside the water, right? That lives inside the ocean. So they are also living, they move around, they can move around. So they are also known as living things, okay? Now students, we are almost at the end of this chapter. I have given an activity book out here. See, can you see the activity book? I have given some pictures here. These are living beings. I've cut down some pictures and pasted on the note, and in the non-living category, I've given those pictures that do not have life, like your sandal, the ball, and all. They do not have life, right? So here in this column, I've given the picture of non-living things, whereas here I've given the picture of the living beings. So I want you to collect some pictures, identify which is living and which is non-living, okay? And paste it in your note and show it to your teachers, okay? This will be your assignment. And so we have come to the end of this topic. I hope you all have understood what a living beings are and what a non-living beings are and why we need to care for life, okay? So this will be the end of our class, and we will meet in the next class.